Guys hear me? Can you see everything okay? Let me know. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here right now at a location, a true crime location. I'm actually one or two doors down. And if you guys are not familiar with it, I will tell you in 1 second. Thank you guys for joining me. If you're watching the replay, after I'm live right now, but I'll be uploading it after the live. So yeah, we are here at a location where serial killer John Wayne Gacy picked up his very last victim. For those of you that are in the chat, thank you so much for joining me. Linda, Stephanie, Lindsay, what's up? How's everybody doing tonight? Sandy, yep, Chicago. We're here in Chicago right now. What's up, guys? Well, I don't even know what city this is. Actually, this is probably, I think this is Des Plaines right now. We'll be getting started in a couple of minutes, but guys, I hate to do this to you. It will not be a long live because we are on private property right now, and the location that we're going to be walking to in about, let's say, 2 minutes is a private location, and it is now a daycare center, which is even worse. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Linda, what's up? Mandy, what's up? Sandy, yep. If you guys can, please double tap the screen. Thank you guys so much. Now, if you guys are not familiar with serial killer John Wayne Gacy, he is one of the worst. They say the most infamous serial killer, right? Like the worst of the worst. They found 33 bodies in relation to his case, but they feel like there was a lot more bodies. People still believe there's a lot more bodies out there, which I do believe too. I think there's a lot more than the victims that they have already found. Now, again, we are on private property. Well, technically I'm on public property because I'm on the sidewalk, but where my car is on private property, and again, the location is private property. So we're going to tread lightly, guys. Yeah, there is definitely more. So for those of you guys that don't know, John Wayne Gacy's very last victim was 15-year-old Robert Peast, who used to work in that building right there, which used to be the old Nissan Pharmacy. And right now it's a daycare. Sorry, let me read some of your comments. I grew up in Chicago. I remember when they caught him. It was crazy. You know, here's the thing. Someone said, or Mandy said, he denies all of it, right? He doesn't deny. He denied most of them at first. But, you know, little by little, his story started breaking down. He said the first victim was his, and that was because he tried to, you know, attacking him and whatnot. Do I think he was the only one involved? No. Do I think, you know, some of the boys that worked with Gacy, do I think they were involved? Yes. Do I think they took some of these kids' lives? Yeah, I do believe that. There's a lot of evidence supporting that. But we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, basically, this used to be the old Nissan Pharmacy. I'll walk up to it in a little bit, in a couple of minutes, guys. It used to be the old Nissan Pharmacy, and the story goes that John Wayne Gacy came here during the day and basically said, you know, was talking to the owner, because a lot of John Wayne Gacy's jobs were pharmacy remodels. And he was telling the owner of the pharmacy that he was looking for, you know, to be the contractor on the job, and he was always hiring boys. And then Robert Peast used to work here and said that, you know, he was looking for a job, or a higher paying job. He was only making about $2 an hour. And Gacy was supposedly paying kids or teenage boys $5 an hour. So he was talking to him briefly. And then I guess, you know, some words were exchanged. He said, I'll talk to you later. And then what ended up happening was John Wayne Gacy came back at night. And I guess, you know, Robert Peast's shift ended at 9 o'clock. So Gacy met him here. And now here's where things get crazy. And this is eventually how serial killer John Wayne Gacy got caught. Well, Robert's shift ended at 9 o'clock, and his coworker was a woman named Kim Byers. Now, Kim had a receipt in her, that she, I guess from developing film, she had a receipt, and she was wearing Robert's coat because she was cold, and she put the receipt in his jacket. So they had a time frame of when John Wayne Gacy was here. So fast forward 9 o'clock, 9:15, Robert Peace's mom was here in this parking lot and basically said, he came up to her. She was his ride home. He said, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to talk to this contractor who at the time nobody knew was a serial killer. And they were actually behind this building." Oh, gosh. Hold on. We got trolls, guys. We got trolls. What's going on here? All right. So basically, he ran to the back, and that's where John Wayne Gacy met him. So he told his mom, "Hey, I'm going to talk to this guy. You wait right here. I'll be right back." So she said, okay. And basically, he never came out again. And I guess his mom ended up waiting an hour or whatever. She ran back inside. She ran up to the door, and they already had closed. So I guess she called the police and said, "Hey, my son was, said he'll be right back." Never came out. Little did they know John Wayne Gacy. I don't know if this building was here, but little did they know John Wayne Gacy was in the back. And they still to this day don't know how he ended up in John Wayne Gacy's car. But a few people, his MO, and what a few people have agreed on, that he most likely chloroformed him and put him in the trunk. What's the business? This is now a daycare. I don't know if you guys can see that. Double A said, "This is a ridiculous live stream. What is so ridiculous about telling you true crime?" So it happened right here. This is where John Wayne Gacy picked up Robert Peace, his very last victim, and kidnapped him while his mom was waiting in this parking lot. And from here, John Wayne Gacy lived about 10 or 15 minutes down this way in Norwood Park. Hold on one second, guys. The trolls are coming in. Let's take care of that. He used to offer guys work with his construction company. Correct. John Wayne Gacy's construction company was PDM Contractors. I think it was painting, decorating, and maintenance. So he was hiring all the young boys, and I guess that made a lot of the people in the neighborhood suspect, and made them wonder, like, why is he hiring so many boys? And I think what people didn't understand at the time was it was cheaper to hire boys, and the boys were young, and they could do a lot more demo work than full-grown men, right? So let's see. Sorry, guys. Let me read these comments. What's going on today, my brother? Much love and respect from the south side of Chicago. Baby El Tolito, thank you so much. Again, guys, sorry if you can't hear me too well, or maybe you guys could hear me, but I feel like there's so much noise. There's cars. It's windy out here. But yeah, for those of you that are just joining us, I am telling you guys where serial killer John Wayne Gacy picked up his very last victim. And it was from right here at the old Nissan Pharmacy. No, did he step road? You guys are crazy. You trolls are out tonight. Okay, you guys can hear me? Awesome. So, yeah, I'm debating if I should take you guys to the back of it, because you guys know this is now called Millie's House, daycare and preschool. And while I would normally show you guys the building, the property, it might be kind of creepy if I look into a child's daycare. So, but yeah, this is pretty much it. And John Wayne Gacy took him back to his house. This all happened around like 9 o'clock, 9:15 here and in the back of the building. And they said John Wayne Gacy did confirm to the police, because he was already busted at this point. He did confirm that by 10 p.m., Robert Peace was already dead. And the next day, they got a search warrant. That was December 11th, 1978. December 12th, they got a search warrant to search John Wayne Gacy's house, and because he was technically the last person to see Gacy alive. And one of the police officers used his bathroom and said there was a foul odor coming from from the vents, which basically came from the crawl space where all the bodies were buried at. Little did they know, if they were in there that night, if they just went inside that night, they would have found him and possibly found him alive. So who really knows, but it is super, super sad. Hold on, guys. These trolls are coming in big time. So yeah, this is it, guys. It's super, super sad. I know Mandy's on it. Thank you so much, Mods. Thank you, thank you. But this is it. Yep, John Wayne Gacy was Pogo the Clown, and he basically took kids from this entire neighborhood. Robert Peace went to Maine West High School, which is about a 5-minute drive from here. And till this day, well, I haven't been there in a year because I sometimes check out the high schools to see if they still have the plaques. And Maine West High School, as of last year, did have a plaque on the wall, a memorial plaque for 15-year-old Robert Peace. Mandy, I know she's busy tonight with the trolls. Yeah, I don't mind it, guys. I feel bad for you guys that have to deal with it. I had a lot of friends that went to Maine West. I had friends that went to Maine East High School. Maine East High School also had a John Wayne Gacy victim that went there. And also Hillary Clinton went to Maine East temporarily. That's a random fact for you guys. But yeah, this is it. This is where serial killer John Wayne Gacy picked up his very last victim. And it was basically the case that got him caught. If it wasn't, and I hate to say it this way, but if it wasn't for Robert Peace, they probably never would have caught him, which is absolutely crazy. Yep, that is true. Because, his mom, I think he came from like a good home, right? And, the family was well respected. Robert Peace was a really, really good kid. So they weren't like, hey, your son ran away. I mean, she was here waiting for her son while he was being kidnapped in the back of this building. And she said, hey, I get it. A lot of kids during the 70s were running away, doing drugs and whatnot. That's not my son. So she made, and good for her. She made a big stink with the police. And they basically, they were calling him by like 10:30 p.m. And then they went to his house late that night. I think later that night, they went to his house. And then they said, hey, we want you to come in for questioning. And he said he had a death in the family and he couldn't do it and refused to show up. There is so much more to this story, guys. It's crazy. I can go on with all the details. But yeah, this is it. So then he showed up really early in the morning to the police station, and he was looking for the captain, who John Wayne Gacy claimed didn't like him. And he kind of basically went when he knew the captain wasn't there. And they're like, oh, he's gone. Come back later, John. Remember, guys, John Wayne Gacy had a lot of political power. He was friends with a lot of, political people. He basically, at some point, people basically said he ran certain parts of the city. He was tied to so many political figures that they were all vouching for him. My brother knew one about the Ripper crew. They were in my neighborhood. I still remember that day. You know what's funny? The Chicago Ripper crew is actually, 3 of them are in prison. One of them was executed. The other brother just got released for compassion. And the other 2 are still in prison. And I talked to both of them. You guys know I'm in true crime also. I do talk to a lot of serial killers and mass murderers and stuff for research. And Robin Gecht people were saying that Robin Gecht used to work for John Wayne Gacy, but Robin Gecht always said that Robin Gecht always said that it was something the media made up and he never worked for John Wayne Gacy. Yeah, he did know the alderman. I cannot remember the alderman's name right now, but here's the crazy thing about that. I'm surprised you guys know about that. One of the aldermen, or the alderman that Gacy was really tight with, was obviously the alderman in his neighborhood. It was an Italian guy. I cannot remember his last name. But one of the boys that was in Gacy's crew was the grandson of the alderman. So the police officers, thank you for subscribing, guys. If you're new to my channel, we do a lot of true crime, paranormal videos, ghost hunting. So if you're into that thing, please subscribe. So basically, the police officers, or I should say the detectives, took the boys in, and what they were speculating or claiming was that one of the boys, Michael Rossi, was about to confess, but the alderman's daughter actually stormed in there because her son was with them and said, "Get these boys the hell out of here. My dad is the alderman, and he's going to raise hell with all of you guys." And all of the boys got up and walked right out, and the police did not stop them, which is crazy to me. It is crazy to me that some woman could just walk into a police station and say, "Get these boys the hell out of there," when they had ties to Gacy. I think it was Fazio, or I cannot remember the grandson's, the alderman's name, but yeah, he had ties to multiple aldermen. I mean, heck, even multiple cities. He had that kind of juice. John Wayne Gacy had a lot of political friends and power, believe it or not. And yeah, and here's the reason why I think the other boys were involved, was because there's court records that I read. I actually have copies of them, that John Wayne Gacy was having physical relations to the boys, basically the guys on his crew, specifically Michael Rossi. Now, I am tracking Michael Rossi right now. He is actually living here between Chicago and New York. And he has been for many years. He just kind of, when things get hot for him here, he goes to New York. Things get, hot over there, he comes back here. And I did find an article of a guy named Michael Rossi that looks just like him, the eye twitch and everything, saying that he was a teacher at a high school and he was arrested and fired from the high school for inappropriate text messages with a minor. Now, I haven't been able to confirm if it's the same guy, but what I will confirm is that the guy looks just like him. And it looks just like Michael Rossi, but 40 years older. Yeah. Because Michael Rossi had a little thing with one of his eyes. And yeah, it's really nuts, guys. The other guy involved was David Cram. David Cram ended up going to the LaBagh Woods. And if you guys are regulars in my live, the LaBagh Woods is about 20 minutes east of here. And the LaBagh Woods is haunted. But basically, I believe it was in maybe just before 2020 or 2017, somewhere around there. David Cram basically went to the woods and took his own life, hanging himself from a tree. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second. Wow, is that the pharmacy where Robert Peace works? Yeah, this is it. It's now a daycare. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you can, please make sure you double tap that screen, give the live a like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You guys are awesome. If you guys don't know, I am a TikToker, YouTuber. I do a lot of paranormal, paranormal videos, ghost hunting, spirit communication, and we also talk about true crime. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. So yeah, there's just so much more to the story. I could talk about it all day. So that was David Cram. The other one is Philip Paschke. Philip Paschke is an interesting character because he had reported ties to I got to watch what I say, but an SCX trafficking ring that he ran with another guy from the Cook County Jail. They were basically running an underage sex trafficking ring from jail. It is wild. They were doing newsletters in the Cook County Jail, and when the guards and CO or the COs weren't looking, they were basically mailing other pedophiles and stuff like that, like newsletters. It's the craziest story you ever heard. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for joining us. Give me 1 second. I think my chat froze. All right. I think the chat froze. Can you guys see everything okay? Can you guys hear everything okay? Just let me know. Dirty Money said Illinois. Yep, we are in Illinois. There was another guy, I cannot remember his name, that was part of Gacy's crew. I forgot how Philip Paschke died. He lived off Western, I think Western in the north side. Apparently Gacy had pull from jail too. Yeah, I know a lot of guys that talked to Gacy when he was in jail. I actually spoke to one or two of John Wayne Gacy's former art dealers. Yep, but this is it. So I do find, even though there's so much history with this building in relation to the case, I do think it's very odd that it's a daycare and preschool. Like, I gotta admit, who at Millie's house thought that was a great idea? You guys know me, I'm researching everything, right? And I'd be like, nope, not me. It is a little creepy. It is a little creepy. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If anybody else here is familiar with the Gacy case, let me know as well. And for those of you guys that don't know, there was another victim of John Wayne Gacy that lived. His name was Jeffrey Rnal. Jeffrey Rnal was picked up by Gacy on the streets of, I believe it was the north side. I think it was Wicker Park area. John Wayne Gacy saw Jeffrey Rnal and asked him if he wanted to smoke some pot. And Jeffrey Rnal basically said yes, got in Gacy's car, and immediately Gacy chloroformed him. And chloroformed Jeffrey Rnal so bad that he had lifelong effects from the attack. Now, here's where it gets really sad and unfortunate for Jeffrey Rnal. So basically, he was chloroformed and chloroformed multiple times. He was taken back to Gacy's house. And Gacy basically tied him to the wooden board, which basically was like a hole for his head, and his arms were like shackled like that. And he was being assaulted basically for the whole entire night. And Jeffrey Rnal said that he woke up in the middle of the attack and basically saw another man there, which is really, really sad and disturbing. Now, there was speculation that the other person was Michael Rossi, but nobody has ever been able to confirm that because Jeffrey Rnal could not see the guy's face. He just knew that there was another man in the room during his attack. So when the attack was over, John Wayne Gacy took him to Chicago's famous Lincoln Park to the John Adams statue and dropped him off. Basically, beaten, bruised, and assaulted. Yeah, Jeffrey Rnal saw somebody else in the room. So Jeffrey Rnal's girlfriend at the time, he was bisexual, right? He had a girlfriend at the time and who didn't live very far. And he basically said he stumbled back to his girlfriend's apartment, who didn't live too far away. And basically they called the police. But because Jeffrey Rnal had a sketchy background, the cops kind of brushed it off. they're like, oh, and again, I say this with sadness, because he reported his crimes, and they basically said, you're a gay man, we don't care, you're probably lying. And they ignored his case. So Jeffrey Rnal stepped up once he was all better, and he started looking for John Wayne Gacy on his own. So he remembers waking up through the attack and saw that there was like a highway exit, and he saw some signs where he possibly knew that John Wayne Gacy would be going through. So he basically sat there for 3 or 4 or 5 days at this highway exit and basically looked for Gacy. And I think he said he saw John Wayne Gacy at like 2 a.m., like the car with the matching plates, wrote it down, and then showed up to Gacy's house. It's a really sad, awful story for Jeffrey Rnal. So then he went to the police and said, look, I found the car. I found the guy. His name is John Wayne Gacy. But you got to remember, John Wayne Gacy had a lot of friends. So they brushed it off. And they all kind of knew John Wayne Gacy was weird, the police and all his friends. They knew he was into men. They knew he made little sexual innuendos with them, even though a lot of these guys were straight and married. They're like, yeah, that's just John, whatever. So they didn't take Jeffrey Rnal very seriously. Guys, so here's the thing. I don't give out my locations during lives, but you guys know where I'm at, so it's okay. Just try not to repeat it, because there's a lot of crazies out here. And, as a, creator, leaking my location sometimes isn't good, Sandy, I think what one of my mods is mentioning is that people are saying where I'm at, like where my location is, and they don't like that, So yeah, they didn't take Jeffrey Rnal very serious, but fortunately, after they figured out who John Wayne Gacy was, they went back, in relation to Robert Peace's case, they went back to Jeffrey Rnal, and they had him. They asked him to testify at Gacy's trial, which he later did. But for some parts of it, I believe he was discredited, unfortunately, because he was a well, I don't know if I want to say chronic drug user. He was a drug user during that time. He was doing some sketchy things for money, so they did take his testimony, but I believe they were basically saying he wasn't very credible. Let's see. Please be safe wherever you are. Safe travels. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, my name is AJ. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Again, I don't know how much longer we'll be live right now because we are on private property and they don't like it. So I'm trying to stay close to the street as possible. Shane said, I just came on board. What are we looking at? This is the location of serial killer John Wayne Gacy's last victim, 15-year-old Robert Peast. He used to work here when it was the old Nissan Pharmacy, and it's now a daycare center. Guys, what's up? Thank you so much for joining us. If you can, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channels. We are going live here on YouTube every single day. We do lots of paranormal videos. We go ghost hunting. We do a lot of spirit communication, haunted dolls, and true crime. So if you guys are into that, please subscribe. So again, before I leave, guys, if you have any questions or if you want to just chat about the case, let me know. Tom Home gave up the address. That's okay. I mean, it's okay, guys. Don't mute them or whatever. You guys know where I'm at. I'm showing you where I'm at. It's okay. Ever been to the 13th floor? You mean the haunted house? What's up, guys? You guys are crazy tonight. You guys are crazy. Yeah, I just tell people, like, I normally don't give out locations, but again, I'm here. I'm I'm at one location right now, so you know you guys could figure out very easily where I'm at, and it's fine. It's not a big deal. Yeah, it is. It is very calm tonight in the chat. It's not too bad, so that's okay, guys. If you guys want to do more true crime locations, just let me know. We will do it for sure. Yeah, this is the former drugstore, guys. This is it. And I do apologize, guys. I really want to take you guys to the back and show you the location where he was actually kidnapped at. But there's a fence, and I don't want to trespass here late at night, you know? Lotso Brad, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you, thank you. And you guys know, I'm also on other platforms, Facebook, TikTok. I'm there. If you guys are into true crime, we do have a true crime group on, I'm going to watch what I say, on FB. And the true crime group is serial killers, psychopaths, and true crime. Now, the crazy thing about that group, guys, is it's kind of funny because people aren't too active in my Facebook group. And you guys want to know why? It's because I told you guys that I do talk to a lot of people in prison. I talk to a lot of serial killers, mass murderers, and whatnot. And some of them are actually in that group. So if you guys want to join the group, it is serial killers, psychopaths, and true crime. Jack said, is that the last victim, the teen who wore the blue jacket? Yep, that's him. And Kim Byers is the woman that put the receipt in the blue jacket. Yeah, there are people in prison in that group. So I think like that's why the group's not too active. I think it's because like a lot of people are afraid to talk. So yeah, they're there, guys, for sure. There's also another person in the group. I'm only going to say it one time. His name is Nico Claw, who is, they call him the vampire of Paris. He is in that group also. But yeah, this is the location, guys. This is the last sighting of 15-year-old Robert Peast. Really sad, really sad. So after he was murdered by Gacy pretty much took his body and dumped it off the I-55 bridge and put him on, like, I don't want to say the shore, but like in between the water and the mud. I think he was actually in the mud though. It's really sad. If you guys look at some of my older YouTube videos, I take you guys to the bridge, and during a live a long time ago, I actually got off the bridge and took you guys to the site. Dylan said, people are not going to find you. There's only 238 people watching. No one is that heavily invested to come and find you and do anything. Lyric, don't mute him. Don't mute anybody right now unless they're talking trash. Because I do want to reply to that. So I'll give you guys a good explanation for that. This guy Dylan just said nobody's gonna come find you. That's actually not true because we've had people show up to my live before. Yeah, but don't mute anybody that says that, because you know we should let them know that people have showed up before. Yeah, so Dylan, if you're watching, people have shown up to my lives before. I've actually had somebody, you guys know I do a lot of cemetery exploring and ghost hunting in cemeteries. And we've had people show up, and we've even had guys show up in a van circling me. And I know this because he wrote me and told me. He's like, hey, did you see me? That was me in the van. I'm like, why didn't you get on and say something? He's like, because you called me creepy. I didn't know it was him, but I do think it's creepy to circle another guy, you know, in a cemetery, especially. So when people say that, AJ, nobody's going to show up and find you, that's not true, because people have shown up before. And that's just how it goes, guys. Go look at any live streamer, anybody that does this. People always show up. And heck, I've even had girls show up. I've had more girls show up than guys, you know? Love your channel. You're doing a great job. We love you. Thanks for sharing. Blessing. Linda, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for subscribing. I appreciate all of you guys. I used to do this alone by myself. Dylan, yeah, no, I'm sorry that the mod muted you. But as I don't know if you heard what I said. You know, people have shown up to my lives before. So, you know, unfortunately, when you're a live streamer, whether it's TikTok or YouTube, people do show up. And that's just how it goes, you know? What's even weirder is when people say, AJ, I'm watching you right now, and they're literally saying like what I'm wearing. And then I'm like, I know you're staring at me because they just said, like, for example, you guys know I'm wearing a different hat today. I'm not wearing my ghost hunting hat. But when they say, AJ, you're wearing a ghost hunting hat, it's gray, and you're wearing a black shirt, and that's exactly what I'm wearing, it's really weird that they do that. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, I mean, a lot of you guys are here from YouTube, or I'm sorry, from TikTok, because you guys, for those of you that don't know, I am a TikToker, but I'm trying to do more lives on YouTube. People have showed up. Some people out there are just creeps, you know? Kassan said, bro, be careful out there. It is creepy. Oh, it is, man. It is. Is it possible for a person to sell their soul? Yeah. I've seen it done in certain situations. The quality on YouTube is ridiculously awesome. It is crazy. I will say that for those of you that are liking YouTube better, the quality on YouTube is superb. That's cool. Yeah, if you know where I'm at, that's cool, guys. Hold on one second, guys. Yeah, this is where, for those of you just joining us, this is where 15-year-old Robert Peace was last seen. He was, unfortunately, he was, sorry. Oh my God, my mic keeps coming off. One second, guys. I got to put you down. Hold on. Shit. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Yeah, Robert Peace was 15 years old, and he was the last victim of serial killer John Wayne Gacy. Don't know where that is. Again, this is the site of the old Nissen Pharmacy in Des Plaines, Illinois. It is now a daycare center. So again, I would take you in the back. I would show you where it actually happened, but I'm not doing it at nighttime, of all places, because they have a fence and we are technically on private property right now. And I could see they have a security camera because you could see the security monitor right there. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, guys, go ahead, check out my other videos. I have a few Gacy videos on there. I got some Gacy interviews. I've got videos here before. I will take you guys to more murder sites, crime scenes. We used to do police chases and whatnot. Did you see that person just peek around the corner and look at you? No? Did someone just peek and look? I mean, heck, someone could be in here. I don't know. Let me just take a peek. I will be ending the live shortly, guys. Yeah, I don't see anybody here. Oh, just a creepy comment. Damn, I was really hoping someone would be out here peeking. Oh my gosh, there's someone right there. Hold on 1 second, guys. There is nobody there. Was Peace ever found afterwards? He was, but later on. Hold on 1 second, guys. sorry. Someone was just passing through, so I had to lower you guys. Yeah, so they didn't find him right away. I believe they found him, oh gosh, don't quote me on this. Maybe it was a week or two later, or maybe a couple weeks later. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, John Wayne Gacy's lawyer was Sam Amoranti, who later became a judge. And, Gacy basically called him up and said, hey, can you find out why I'm being tailed? And, Sam Amoranti was also trying to get in politics. So he figured, yeah, I could find out why. Because remember, he knew Gacy. They were all friends. And he called his buddies at the Des Plaines Police Department and said, why are you guys following Gacy? And they basically told Sam Amoranti that there's a missing boy and he was last seen with John Wayne Gacy. That boy was Robert Peast. Yep. Yeah, Sam Amoranti is he does a lot of talks now, and he's been on a couple of TV shows regarding the case. Father Time, you missed it. We're about to end the live. We've been here for 41 minutes. So guys, yeah, thank you so much. Again, I'll be doing more true crime stuff with you guys. Is the preschool haunted? No, I don't think so. I've never heard anything about it. I really do want to investigate. I was going to bring a spirit box, but just to see. You never know. But because technically a situation like this, Robert Peast could be tied to this location. He was technically kidnapped from here. But again, I only like to investigate. I mean, I don't mind just investigating just to find out. But I've never heard anything about it being haunted. But the reason why, it is so loud here, I could barely hear myself talking. It is really, really loud. I feel like I'm screaming at you guys. And if I am, I apologize. Yes, he has a son also, YouTuber. Yeah, I actually follow him on Instagram. Bob, what is the father's name? Bob something. I cannot remember his name. I apologize. Bob, what is the other lawyer's name? Because it was Sam Amoranti and the other guy. Yeah, and his son has the Defense Diaries podcast. Yeah, I've listened to his podcast a few times. I think he said for his birthday, his dad gave him the John Wayne Gacy recorded tapes. Mata, there you go, Mata. Yeah, and it's Mata Jr., right. Thank you for letting me know. I could not remember it. But yeah, so right? It's Bob Mata. I didn't make that up, right? Yeah, Bob Jr. I think he's a lawyer now also, and he has the tapes. I think his dad gave it to him for his 18th birthday or 21st birthday, something of that sorts. And yeah, he has a lot of information, a lot of details that were never made public on those tapes. Can I do a side-by-side? What do you mean? Yeah, moderators, thank you so much. I know you guys are working pretty hard right now. Excuse me, guys. Woo, excuse me. A side-by-side? I mean, I could make a video showing you guys side-by-sides, but I don't think I can really do that live. I'll try and show you the aisle down there. What's up, ladies and gents? Thank you for joining us. So, from what I read online, back then, you could have came around the back, and that's how John Wayne Gacy got Robert Peast from the backside. I really, really want to just run back there and lift the camera up to show you guys, but I don't know if I should do that right now. I don't want to be that creep that's looking in the back of a daycare late at night. I really think the boys not at rest. Oh, spirits. Yeah, there's no way. All right, guys, I made a video on my YouTube channel about John Wayne Gacy's house and the new house that's on the land. And I'm basically asking you guys, do you think that house is haunted? And every time I drive by that house, so if you guys go to my YouTube videos, look at my most recent one about John Wayne Gacy's house. I'm sorry, the new house that is on the land of John Wayne Gacy's former property. Every time I drive by the house, if you look at the second floor window, there's always something being seen in those windows. Have I seen Gacy's brain? Not in person, but I've seen the videos of it. Sorry, guys. Let me read some of your comments. Just got out of Pelican Bay. There was a video I did like way back when, like 3 years ago. It was a YouTube short, and it got a couple 100,000 views. Everyone's like, AJ, there's a spirit in the second story window of the house that's on top of John Wayne Gacy's land. And I still get messages about it till this day. So if you go look at my YouTube shorts and look deep down, it's like one of the, maybe like third or fourth one I've ever done. And yeah, there's something in the window. And I even did it again. I've done it like 2 or 3 times for you guys on YouTube. And there is definitely something in that window. What did Gacy do in this particular area? This is the building where Robert Peace used to work. This is the old Nissan pharmacy. And Robert Peace is John Wayne Gacy's very last victim. He was kidnapped from behind this building. Yeah, it's a short video. You got to like pause it. But, or I'm sorry, the YouTube short is actually short. But you have to pause it to see it. But there's definitely something in that window. For those of you guys that don't know, John Wayne Gacy, too many people, is one of the worst serial killers that ever existed. And everything he did was in this area, like from here to like 20 minutes out. All right, so, and if you guys aren't familiar with that, I take you guys a lot to a haunted train station. That train station is also a place that, as I just said, it's haunted. It has a lot of bad energies and like bad juju there. A lot of locals told me that John Wayne Gacy used to pick up boys there, and I was actually able to prove that too. Yeah, if you're not familiar with my my YouTube channel, I do a lot of paranormal videos, true crime stuff, a lot of investigations. And yeah, we investigate this haunted train station that just a lot of weird things happen. And also John Wayne Gacy used to pick up boys there. Yeah, the real killer clown, right? He used to be Pogo the Clown. That was his other persona. Just film yourself with the ultimate paranormal video? Sure, Luke, why not? So yeah, this is it, guys. If you guys know that there's the apartment building where his mom used to live at, and there's reports that people saw him bearing a body. Yeah, Luke, I knew you were trolling. You're not that smart, buddy. There was reports that people have seen John Wayne Gacy bearing something in the middle of the night at his mom's apartment building. And yeah, I took you guys there a couple of times. And one time I got thrown out because I actually took you guys in the lawn, and someone's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just here looking, taking measurements." They're like, "Get out." So yeah, if you guys want to go back there too, let me know. I'll take you guys back to the apartment building. We are in Des Plaines, Illinois, which is basically was Gacy's neighborhood. Yeah. I've taken you guys to all sorts of locations. I've taken you guys to, well, actually, I don't think I took you to the bar There's a bar in Chicago where serial killer John Wayne Gacy and Jeffrey Dahmer used to hang out at. And that was called the Rnal Tavern. I went there one night and I was going to take you guys live there, but I started drinking beers and the live didn't happen. So I apologize, guys. But that's what happened. But I'll take you guys there. I'll take you guys there soon. Yeah, the Rnal Tavern was actually up the road from the old children's hospital in Chicago on Lincoln Avenue. No, they never met, but they just kind of hung out at the same neighborhood, and went to the same bars. Is it possible to identify the 9 remains of unidentified victims? Because that is so many more decades. They identified a few more. I think it's down to 6 now. No beer on a stream night? I know, right? Jonathan, you can't say that, man. That ain't right, man. That ain't right. Don't say that. You're putting that energy out there, man. Whoa. We don't talk like that here. Damn. These comments are crazy sometimes. Yeah, so I'll take you guys to that bar eventually. But this is it, guys. All right, so I'm going to end the live now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Yeah, the Rnal Tavern was very popular. They say it's the creepiest bar in Chicago, or creepiest bar in the country. I think it was like ranked in like the early 2000s. So, yeah. If you guys want to go there, let me know. I'm even thinking about taking you guys to the apartment building tonight. It's not that far away. Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer used to chicken hawk from that bar. And because they used to cruise. That was like, they call it Boys Town in Chicago. And they both used to hang out there. All right, guys, I'm going to end the live. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, guys. I appreciate it. If you can, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow morning for some ghost hunting. Guys, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Marie, why are you always missing the lives? That's crazy. Thank you, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.